On MHS1, we show you your deepest fears
We take a drive through some mud.
and give you an inside look on the performance course.
It's all coming up on MHS1. Good morning, McKinney High School. I'm Ryan Powers.
And I'm Christine Baker.
And you're watching MHS1. Underclassmen look forward to senior release, but is it worth it? Robert Kinsley has the story.
This year, many seniors have chosen to take senior release in order to free up their schedules. But what exactly is senior release?
Senior release is when students either come to school late, first or second period, or they get out early and leave seventh period.
As great as it sounds, some teachers aren't so happy with the program.
I've lost some good art students who were doing a really great job in the art room but had the desire to do early release as a senior. And if they're, like I said, getting educational experience or they're doing something as far as a job and they're getting job work experience, and that's fine. But if it's just to get out of school early, I'm not so sure that I agree with that.
Other teachers, however, aren't as affected by senior release.
You know, you would think that, but our numbers, you know, here in our ag classes and FFA program, our numbers are actually the highest they've been since I've been here. This is my 5th year at MHS. Our numbers are highest they've ever been. Our program has definitely grown. You know, it has not affected us one bit. We have a lot of seniors in our program, and our numbers are very strong.
This has been Robert Kemsley reporting for MHS1.
Is the performance course the key to success? Here's Nicole Quincy and Emily Brightman to tell you more about it.
The Performance Course program has benefited McKinney High athletes, but most people don't know what it is.
PC, standing for Performance Course, is it's strength and speed agility training. So obviously it comes with the components to get stronger as an athlete through weight training, and they do many different types of lifts that help work all muscle.
When I'm writing a workout, first of all, I take into account whatever sport we're training for. So if we're basketball, what you want is you want to train with the aspect of how an athlete wants to get better. In basketball, it requires explosion, it requires vertical, it requires quickness, both linear and lateral. So we take those into account. Okay, and we go back and we look at our lab of all the different exercises we have, and we pick the ones that are most efficient for those exercises.
So what was the thought process behind bringing it to McKinney High?
The theory behind it was that we were looking for ways to make our athletes stronger, faster, and just try to give them an edge that maybe we didn't have otherwise. So it was an opportunity for us to focus on skill work during class and be able to work on those qualities after school. So
Performance course workouts take a lot of practice.
The hardest thing about PC probably had to be the half suicides. Each week we go up by 10, so the first week we did 10 half suicides, which is 16 yards, which is simulating half court, and 32 yards and back, which is full court and back. Then we go up 10 every week.
I feel like PC has made us stronger as a team and mentally strong, and all of us just coming there, working out together, getting used to it as a team as the season goes. So I feel like that's brought us closer and getting us in shape as one.
The athletes don't just appreciate Coach Baca, he appreciates them too.
My favorite part about training at McKinney High is over the course of these last 2 years is the relationships that I've been able to develop with all these athletes. The caliber of athlete and the caliber of quality of a kid that is at McKinney High is top notch. And ever since I've been a part here, I've been blessed to get to know these kids and really get a close relationship with all of them. And just being able to be around them each and every day is by far my favorite part of being a part of McKinney High School.
This has been Nicole Quincy and Emily Brightman reporting for MHS1.
These kids still play in the mud.
That's right. Here's Aaron Delgado, Kayla Hotman, and Demetrius White with more.
Recently, many vehicles in the parking lot look like they're in need of a good cleaning. It's probably due to the increased popularity in driving in mud, also known as mudding.
Just whenever it rains, usually we go about 1 or 2 times whenever it does that. And just whenever there's water and there's mud, then we'll go out there and have fun.
I get muddy. A lot of my buddies do it, so I got into it when my daddy bought me my truck. It was 4-wheel drive. Mainly just need 4-wheel drive. 2-wheel drives do work, but it's a lot easier with 4-wheel drive.
There are downsides to mudding, including injury and damage to your car.
Only because I've done it before. You definitely want to make sure that, first of all, your vehicle is ready for it. Make sure you have the right tires, right air pressure, tow chains, tow straps, flags. Make sure your vehicle's ready, number one. And the number 2 most important thing is the same thing you've been told your whole life. Make sure someone else knows where you're going. So if something goes wrong, they can come find you.
Well, about 2 weeks ago, my truck died out in the mud, so we had to call my friend Clay to come bring gas out to help get it started. But other than that, usually most of us make it through pretty well.
Drivers get stuck on a regular basis.
Well, I never got stuck, and I've been mudding like 6 times. And then I went mudding, and I got stuck 4 times in a row. And it was really embarrassing because I had FFA kids pull me out, and now they hate me. I'm like $1,000 in debt with my parents right now because I broke my back left axle, and that's like $750 to fix. Then also my rear brakes are messed up, so I have to like pay $190 to fix them, all because of mudding.
When people get stuck, yeah, it's pretty funny, so I like that. Seth tried to jump a hole going 30. I smacked my head on the dashboard. It wasn't fun. No.
This has been Kayla Hopman, Aaron Delgado, and Demetrius White reporting for MHS1.
With so many colleges to choose from, it's hard to just pick one. Here's Austin Syme and Ryan Powers with some advice.
Choosing a college is like choosing a book. There's so many to choose from, and each one offers something different. So how do you choose a college? Step 1. Organize schools into 3 different categories: safety schools, good fits, and reaches. Step 2. Make sure the college you are applying to has the major you want to study. Step 3. Visit your college advisor. Step 4. Ignore overbearing parents. Step 5. Consider your ideal home. Step 6. Visit the colleges you are applying to. Step 7. Send in your application.
Oh, hello there. We here at McKinney High School would like to show you something that we would like to call the carve special. And what we're going to do here is we're going to show you how to carve a pumpkin. Welcome back, guys. Today we have the very special privilege of having our pumpkins here hand-grown back in Ohio. One of my great friends, Matt Farmer, actually farms these pumpkins organically. And now I'm going to bring him in to tell us a little bit about them. Come on in, Matt. Come on in.
All right. Here I come. Oh, no. Oh, my goodness.
Set this one back
okay.
up here.
Here we are. I don't normally do that.
Tell me a little something about these pumpkins.
Well, let me tell you, Joel, they don't call me Matt Farmer for nothing. They really don't.
All right, thanks, Matt. I'll just take one of these right here. Go ahead, we'll push you out. Once you've selected the right pumpkin, try to find the ones that really sound like wood. If you knock on it and it sounds like you're knocking on wood, you're knocking on wood. The next step would be definitely hollowing it out. This is the step that is the most fun. And I'm going to grab the largest knife. Now this knife is definitely used to hollow out and to create holes in the pumpkin. So right now I'm going to just do a quick hole around the top to get out all the good stuff. So now, remember, you got to cut at a nice angle. And if you want to keep it circular on the top, I'm telling you, you cannot keep cutting around the sides. You got to keep it right around the top here. And once you cut around the top here, you kind of just need to keep going around the top. And so keep it cutting. And don't worry if your knife starts bending. That just means you're doing better work. Now once you got it all, the top's all sawed off now, what you want to do is go ahead and take care, oh God. So once you got it nice and off, you go ahead and just might as well take it off already. Now, I want to show you the insides of this pumpkin. And I know you can see the pumpkin, and that's what we're going to do. We're just going to take all that up. And don't worry about this right here. I told you again, we'll patch it up later. Go ahead and start scooping out the insides of the pumpkin. And so just go ahead and start scooping. When we come back, I'll go ahead and show you how to draw the face onto the pumpkin and then go ahead and cut the face out.
November 1st is Kindness Day, sponsored by Friends of Rachel. If club members seeing you do something nice, they'll give you a pipe cleaner for you to wear and to give to others. Be sure that you're being kind to everyone.
Now here's Mallory Hauser with sports.
Thanks, guys. Last Friday, the varsity football team took on J.J. Pierce in a close game and fell up short in the end with a final score of 37-38. The 0-8 Lions take on Wiley East tonight at 7:30 in Wiley. The cross-country team competed at districts yesterday at Myers Park. Here's Ryan Powers with more on a highlight of cross-country season.
Yesterday, the McKinney cross-country team traveled to Myers Park to race in some rather unfavorable weather conditions.
The weather conditions were a bit of a challenge. This was my first time running a race in rain. And, I'm not going to lie, it was pretty fun because it was something different, but I really think it affected everyone's time.
Today the weather conditions were probably less than ideal, but for our race we kind of lucked out because it wasn't raining. The wind was definitely bad because it was like 20 miles per hour, so it's definitely hard for a smaller build like myself, but we all worked through it and we're happy that we're done and we did okay.
This course is probably the most challenging course. I like it the most because it has hills and I love running hills. My favorite part about cross country would probably be the team bonding. Before the race, we help each other get ready and we get in the zone. I love finishing the race because I know I can go to my team and they can cheer me on and make me feel good about my race.
My favorite part about cross country is probably the team aspect of it because we're all really close and these meets are so much fun just because we can all come together and the hard work that we put in just really pays off.
I believe! I believe! I am somebody! I am somebody! We are Lions! 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 Lions!
This has been Ryan Powers reporting for MHS1.
Lions!
That's all for sports. Now back to you.
Thanks, Mallory. Many students at MHS spend their afternoons playing disc golf. Here's Alex Hooper and Ty Holt with the story.
Over summer, disc golf became a popular activity that has lived on into the school year.
Disc golf is a game where you throw the disc into the basket, and it's the same features as golf, but it's with a disc and a basket.
Main things at the disc golf course when you're playing, you got the basic tee box, which is just a big concrete slab you get on and throw. Do your thing. You got the fairway, which is just the grass, trees, dirt, whatever happens to be on the ground, dead animals, you never know. And you got the basket. And usually, you want to try and get an ace most of the time, aim for the basket.
But watch out for hazards.
The hazards at the disc golf course is there's a creek that runs through it. And if you throw your disc in there, you can leave it or you can go get it. I usually go get it because I don't want to throw $10 away. My favorite part of disc golf is making a hole-in-one. I have aced. I aced hole 2.
Good people ace, bad people ace. It's a lot of, it's obviously a skill. You have skill if you can aim it right at the basket and get it in. And it's just a little bit of luck involved too.
The 3 different types of throws in disc golf are the flick, the forehand, and the tomahawk.
There's even a disc golf club at MHS.
Disc Golf Club is basically an organization we put together because a group of us all like playing disc golf and we played it with each other. And we really liked the sport and we figured a bunch of other people around the school would really enjoy it as much as we would. We meet in Coach Cobb's room, E206. So every Wednesday after school, only takes about 20, 30 minutes max, and go ahead and get you set up to play.
So come out and try a new sport at the Alex Clark Memorial Disc Golf Course. You never know, you might be good at it. This has been Alex Hooper and Ty Holt reporting for MHS1.
Samhainophobia is the fear of Halloween.
Oh yeah, I have that. Jamie Weiss and Debbie McGuire have more on people's greatest fears.
As Halloween approaches, fears become resurfaced from events in our past. From the monsters that go bump in the night to the creepy crawlers, everyone has a fear.
Probably the most common fear that we capitalize on, I guess, out here at Screams is the fear of clowns. We have an entire maze that's full of clowns, and that really, it's amazing how many people are afraid of clowns.
Probably the most common fear is death and being alone. Being alone, I think, is maybe even a bigger fear for a lot of people than death.
I think people's most common fear is spiders, at least for girls, but I don't know, heights are a really big thing too.
I think I scare people sometimes because they come in here thinking I'm going to tell them they're going to meet Mr. and Ms. Right, win the lottery, live happily ever after, and I usually end up talking to them about things that are wrong in their lives.
Hollywood has harvested deep fears from our emotions. We asked Corey if they use the same techniques as in movies.
I don't know so much if I would blame Hollywood for the fears that are showed in haunted houses. I think we have to bend somewhat to that genre because that's what folks are used to. By the same token, we have to be more psychological than them because we can't show the gore.
Fear may be scary, but some Halloween enthusiasts find fun in the scare.
Fear is a protective device in your body. I mean, if you're afraid of something, it's usually because it can be dangerous. But people like to be afraid, which is why they come to haunted houses.
I like that scary feeling and having to run. I really like chainsaws. Those are my favorite parts at the end. I think it's important for people to face their fears. Life is short, so you need to do the things that even you're scared of, even if it's just one time.
This has been Jamie Weiss and Devin McGuire reporting for MHS1.
Strike fast, strike hard, no mercy. Here's another teacher home invasion.
Awesome. Good stuff. Come on in. This is my Civil War collection. I've got 3 major bookcases, and this is the one that's devoted almost exclusively to my Civil War collection. So up here is mainly general history, and then it gets to be Confederate and Union, different leaders and different battles down here. This is my family TV room. This is where I watch all my college football. So last year watching Auburn win the national championship, you know, maybe A&M winning one, probably not. Oh, that was late. You want to see yourself on TV? So come on. When you get to be a parent, you become this compulsive liar. This is Maddie, who's almost 4. She turns 4 in a couple weeks.
And that's Boo too.
And
this is Lauren.
But we call her Boo Boo. She's not a mistake. She's just a Boo Boo. Like, there's no hidden meaning to the name. This is my wife's contribution to Scanlon Family Casa. She's a big cat person, and for years she has been collecting these collectible cats, and so there's probably a good 50, 60 or so cats. Maddie, do you know what the scariest part of the Civil War battlefield was? What?
I don't know.
Usually it was the hospital. You know why? Because soldiers would get shot in the arm and they'd go to the hospital.
Yeah, with them leg too.
And they'd what?
And them leg too.
They get their legs cut off?
Yeah.
Yeah. Bye-bye. Thanks for coming.
Thank you for coming.
Bye-bye.
This has been Andrew Wilson and Alex Kinsinger reporting for MHS1.
Welcome back. Now, The next step would be to draw the face onto the pumpkin that you would like to carve out. So I got my marker right here, and I'm going to go ahead and draw a face. Now that I have my face drawn on this, what we're going to do now is just carve it out. Go ahead and start tracing your outline circles here. Once you're done carving out the eyes, the next step would be just to go ahead and punch them out. Punch out the eyes. Oh. One of the nicest things about carving out a pumpkin is you can always take pieces that you already cut out and just put them back, and the pumpkin looks brand new. You would never be able to tell somebody carved this pumpkin. Now, to work on the smile here, go ahead and use the bigger carving knife, because it's bigger surface area you need to go ahead and try to carve. Oh, gosh. Somebody get me another pumpkin, please. I can't do this. I need another pumpkin. Oh. Now that your pumpkin is finally finished, you have the final product here. Put the top back on. Now, you want to make, this isn't the right top. Go ahead and set this right on your front porch or in your windowsill. So there's multiple uses for the rest of these pumpkins. You can use them as mulch, make a little bit of pumpkin pie, pumpkin seeds, do a pumpkin spice latte, pumpkin bread, pumpkin cupcakes, pumpkin pasta. You can even rub it on your skin and use it as lotion. That's my favorite part right there. The most important thing for the pumpkin is basically, the most important part about pumpkin carving is just to be creative and have fun. And that's really what makes a good pumpkin a good pumpkin.
For more news, go to mainstreamnews.com.
And remember, if it's news,
And it's at McKinney High School.
It's MHS1.